You are watching the Grizzly Digital Network. We would like to thank our corporate sponsors who have made this broadcast possible and you, the fans, for tuning in. It's time for some GGC women's soccer. Let's go live to the voice of the Grizzlies, Matt Mahoney.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Lawrenceville, Georgia, on the campus of Georgia Gwinnett College. We are live from the Grizzly Soccer Complex for the 2017 A.I.I. Women's Soccer Championship, feeding the top two seeds in this tournament, advancing from yesterday's semifinal matchup in Georgia Gwinnett and the Jamestown Jimmies. Hello again, everybody. I'm Matt Mahoney. Glad to have everybody aboard here, live on the Grizzly Digital Network from Lawrenceville, Georgia, the host site of this year's A.I.I. Championship, as these two teams had a quick turnaround from yesterday. The good news is you should have a lot of energy, a lot of emotion, and a lot of expectations heading into tonight's 90-minute showdown. The bad news, that's a lot of energy in a short amount of time to be exerted. Both these teams having cold conditions to play with last night, even colder conditions here tonight, as temperatures at kickoff are going to be exactly at 44 degrees. The difference, a stiff 10-mile-an-hour wind is going to blow across your screen from the right to the left. Now let's talk some soccer. Let's look at the tail of the tape between these two teams and show me two teams playing for a conference championship anywhere in the A.I.I. that are hotter than the Grizzlies and the Jimmies. Both teams have recorded double-digit wins on this season. They do not like losing. They do like scoring goals. And Georgia Gwinnett is undefeated in the last 15 matches. Meanwhile, the Jimmies have won 9 of their last 10. And for this A.I.I. championship, this will be the first meeting between these two schools. The Jimmies will wear the all-orange uniform. Meanwhile, the Grizzlies are going to wear the mostly white uniform. As we get ready to start the action here, we'll begin things with the international walkout and the starting lineups. We appreciate everyone tuned in live on our website, GrizzlyAthletics.com. Those of you that have ventured over from AISports.com, Matt Mahoney here alongside of our Grizzly Digital Network 100% student-run production here at GGC. A disappointing day for Georgia Gwinnett as top seed on the men's side went down to the Cinderella story and the Waldorf Warriors by a score of 2-0. And so the women here are going to take center stage in the nightcap. And Grizzlies going to try to patch up some quick wounds that have been made vacant by the men's squad. Meanwhile, the Jimmies cruised through their contest yesterday. They try to keep things in the forward drive today. We'll turn things over to Dale Long for our starting lineups.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the starters for tonight's match. First up, for the University of Jamestown Jimmies, the tournament's number 2 seed, staying 14-4-1 on the season. In goal, number 0, Lauren Saylor. Number 1, Kirsten Osford. Number 9, Juliet Ramirez. Number 13, Nicole Bologna. Number 16, Olivia Rivas. Number 17, Diana Miranda. Number 20, Anna Bonacimia. Number 21, Kristen Bro. Number 22, Jalen Lowry. Number 25, Jeanette Miranda. And number 27, Kaylee Williams. The Jimmies are coached by Nick Becker. Now let's meet the starters for the Georgia Gwinnett College Grizzlies. The tournament's number 1 seed, staying 13-3-2 on the season. In goal, number 32, Sophie Hoare. Number 6, Dominique Fletcher. Number 8, Amy Moreland. Number 9, Ana Gonzalez. Number 10, Lauren Moss. Number 12, Bristol Countess. Number 13, Maddie Keenan. Number 14, Nicole Rodriguez. Number 15, Stina Anderson. Number 18, Macarena Azuris. And number 24, Amanda Yager. The Grizzlies are coached by Dr. Mike Giuliano. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
very appropriately here on November 11th. Happy Veterans Day to all those veterans out there in internet land. And for those that aren't veterans, if you know a veteran or come across one throughout your activities today and this weekend, be sure to thank them for their services. I know military hits my family very close to my heart. Father served 39 years in the Army National Guard. So, Dad, love you very much, and thank you to all the veterans out there that have served in the U.S. military. So here we go. We're going to do battle between these two teams, Georgia Gwinnett and the Jamestown Jimmies. As the Grizzlies roll into the contest, 13-3-2 on the season, the number one seed and the 20th ranked team in the A.I.I. Meanwhile, Jamestown, 14-4-1, and the 22nd ranked team in the A.I.I. So these two teams very evenly matched on paper. The only common opponent they have is the Grizzlies' victory yesterday in Viterbo. The Grizzlies were taken to penalty kicks by the V-Hawks and won 4-2. Meanwhile, this Jamestown team beat Viterbo in Viterbo on the road 3-1 back on the regular season finale October 28th. But a little bit different scenario here with the playoff on the line and a chance to take home a championship. As Georgia Gwinnett have an opportunity, you heard it there with that 2-1-1 chant, as an opportunity to achieve a lot of their season goals with the win here tonight. And I expect this team to come out and play another level than what they have here recently. Quickly, starting lineups for Mike Giuliano. Sophie Hoare in goal. Across that back line, Amanda Yarger, Macarena Arazuris, Stina Anderson, and Maddie Keenan in the midfield. The typical Moss, Rodriguez, and Countess. And up top for the Grizzlies, Ana Gonzalez, the player of the year to the left. Amy Moreland going to get the start here after being banged up yesterday in the middle. And Dominique Fletcher will flank out to the near side on the right. Referee blows his whistle, and we are underway with the A.I. Championship here in Gwinnett County. The Jimmies will wear the all-orange uniform, going to go right to left. Meanwhile, the Grizzlies in a mostly white uniform with the green trim, going to go left to right. We expect this to be a 90-minute battle between these two teams. And there's a great matchup that we're going to take a look at here early. It's the speed of the Jimmies up top, and we see it early there with number 1 and Kirsten Ulrich, who had the goal scorer, got the goal scoring going yesterday in the victory versus Bellevue. And the other name we're going to throw out here is number 21 and Kirsten Bro. She picked up technically an assist yesterday, but literally had 2 assists as she was fouled in the box. And her teammate, Connie Contreras, finished off the penalty kick, which finished off Bellevue 2-0. So keep an eye on 1 in orange and 21 in orange. Meanwhile, for GGC, the matchup they're going to need to take advantage of is in the midfield. If the Grizzlies get into a wide-open, spread-out, cross-country kickball showdown, they're simply going to run out of gas after playing more than 120 minutes last night and emotionally going through penalty kicks yesterday. Grizzlies, this ball needs to stay on the turf. You need to find friendly feet, and you need to possess your way to the attacking third. When you get the chances, you're going to have to finish, because Lauren Seiler, in goal for the Jimmies, is a world-class junior from Bismarck, North Dakota. It's very good at what she does. Grizzlies saw some excellent goalkeeping yesterday in the Viterbo freshmen, so that shouldn't be anything changing for them. Both these teams kind of pinned in this near sideline. Keenan trying to get it out of there. Keenan got an assist yesterday, but didn't exactly steal the headlines, as she probably played one of her best performances of her GGC career yesterday versus Viterbo. We're looking forward to her and how she shines tonight in a championship showdown. Sophie Hoare, she definitely took the headlines, including the photo too as well. Coming up with that penalty kick save against Viterbo and clinching the victory and the celebration. Arazuris does a nice job of knocking it off an orange shirt. It'll be a throw-in for the Grizzlies. Ideally here, for either one of these teams, you'd love to take the pressure and ease the tension with an early goal, but that's going to be hard to do. Arazuris moving things around midfield. Strong header this way. Keenan doesn't let it hop over her. Comes right back to intended target in Williams. Williams looking up top. Here's the speedster and Bro. Bro stood up by Arazuris. Too long of a touch, and Countess comes back and helps out. Finds the feet of Rodriguez, and here come the Grizzlies. Moss gets tangled up. Williams with a header forward. Arazuris boots it into her own teammate, Moss. Recovered by Ulrich. Ulrich, tough touch in the wrong direction, throwing for Amanda Yarger. Yarger's going to have her hands full down that far sideline with number 21, and Kristen Bro. Both these teams definitely on the outside looking in terms of an at-large bid. So even though Georgia Gwinnett, for the first time in program history this season, got ranked into the top 25, they've reached as high as number 20, which is where they're at right now. Jimmy's a credible season in their own right, checking in at 22. But they're going to be well outside that at-large bubble. So a win here extends your season into the A.I.I National Championships. There's only going to be one bid handed out here in the A.I.I on the women's side. A tough, tough loss will end your season in heartbreaking fashion. Countess stands up Miranda. Worth noting, too, Mike Giuliano goes with the same starting 11 from yesterday to today in the semifinals of the championship. Slight adjustment for Nick Bender, as he will sit Contreras, the penalty kick taker, and start Janet Miranda. We fully expect to see Contreras in this contest to contribute. Coach Bender credited the 2-0 victory last night. Threw a ball to Fletcher. Fletcher touches it forward, trying to get inside the defense, all the way to the penalty area. Takes to the end line, picks her heads up. It'll be deflected down, and a quick corner kick coming for GGC in the first 5 minutes. Nick Bender did credit his Jimmies for playing 18 players in last night's game to get them fresh legs for the championship. Mike Giuliano said in the postgame he had deja vu back from his last postseason collegiate coaching experience, where his team went into double overtime in the semifinals and to advance in the national championship only to run out of gas. Gonzalez off to Moss on the elbow. Moss one touch, pulling the trigger to left foot, goes high, looking to go in, and it did! It hits! It hits! It hits! Grizzlies get an early goal! Lauren Moss sizes one up from 18 yards out, goes high over top of the head of the goalkeeper, and Lauren Seiler, and the Grizzlies get an early goal, relieving that tension that's lasted here in Lawrenceville from just about an hour ago. Huge strike for Lauren Moss and the Grizzlies, as Moss will get her 7th goal of the season, a second-team all-conference selection, had an assist last night, but the Canton, Georgia native puts one in, and the Grizzlies go up 1-0 here early. That is the formula for success we mentioned just moments ago. For the Grizzlies to get an early goal, to just take a deep breath and relax. I don't think they're going to go into conservative mode, but based on the tension the Grizzlies had last night going into penalty kicks, from the stories I heard, Grizzlies were very, very blessed, very fortunate, very appreciative of coming through in a pressure situation. Now, you get a chance to not necessarily relax, but just not be so hard on yourself and feel like that pressure is overcoming you. Aldridge with a header, it'll bounce back toward Hoare. I fully expect the Grizzlies to continue to play their game. Hey, what was heartbreaking yesterday was the Grizzlies really outplayed Viterbo. Maybe justice was served as the Grizzlies won in penalty kicks, but GGC outshot Viterbo 32-10 in the semis. 16 and half of their shots reaching on frame, and outgained their opposition in corner kicks 12-2. But what didn't show up is the first corner kick Viterbo had in the second half. They scored on a set piece, beautifully executed, and put the V-Hawks up 2-1. Grizzlies needed some late game heroics from Caitlin Berry in the 89th minute to tie it to go to extras. Nice job. Arazuris battles with Ulrich. Now Keenan comes over and keeps it away. From Rivas. The point is, the Grizzlies, for giving up a goal on the first corner kick from the opposition last night, to getting a goal on their first corner kick tonight. Countess in the middle battling. She's going to have to be a tough cookie tonight. She got banged up last night too as well. She cannot afford to be soft in the middle. Miranda draws 3 defenders. Ball comes back in toward Moss. She'll tap it out of the penalty area. Rodriguez battling too as well. Nice cut by Bologna. Step over on Keenan. Keenan sizes her up. Cuts back to her right. Denies a cross, or at least in the direction she wanted. Now Moss will clean up at the 18, and the ball comes back out toward midfield. Rivas pressured by Moreland. Gonzalez in the neighborhood, and that ball is hit out of play panically by Lowry. Ana Gonzalez limited touches last night as the V-Hawks did their homework. Their big two center backs, I shouldn't say big, the very tall center backs kept Gonzalez in check. Moreland with a nice touch here, looking to cross. Looking for the A.I. Player of the Year, can't connect. So it'll be interesting to see how the Jimmies line up defensively, thinking about Ana Gonzalez. That ball played into Moreland. We want a handball. We want a handball. We want a handball, and we're not going to get it. Nice turn in the midfield. For Miranda, working on Rodriguez. Ramirez picks her head up, playing through ball. Finds the runner in Miranda. Cuts back toward the middle. There's Bro. Bro the touch forward there. Nice job by Yarger. Box it out, and Sophie Hoare will come out and scoop that up. I thank our Grizzly fans from watching from all over the world here on the Grizzly Digital Network. We've got some of our regulars tuned in. Mark, cheers to you, my man. This is what black tea in a Yeti cup's going to sound like coming through on the microphone. It's hot. But cheers to you, my friend. Trying to stay warm here in Lawrenceville. Azuris. Back to Hoare. Far side, Bro turns on the Jets, trying to get around Yarger. Yarger just enough speed, topped her temporarily. And that's going to be the key for Yarger and Keenan, dealing with those speedsters up top. As Moss literally dragged down, gets to her feet, now clears it out. No whistle early here by the center official. And that physical style of play would favor Jamestown. Gonzalez in the midfield, finds Rodriguez, picks her head up, plenty of time and space, up the path to Moreland. Moreland got Gonzalez on the left, couldn't find her. Now Rodriguez will, through to Gonzalez. Here's Gonzalez working downhill, into the box, on her left foot, lets the shot go, and it's just high. Great sequence for Georgia Gwinnett. But that wide open speed style of play with possession, a lot of one-touching, two-touching, in the midfield in the attacking third for GGC is where they have the advantage. The Jimmies undoubtedly very fast up top. It'll be a tough matchup for Georgia Gwinnett defensively, but the other two-thirds of the field, you may have to give the advantage to GGC with their possession if, capital I, capital F, if they can do what they just did right there. Gonzalez wins a header, gets it right back. Quick shout out to Mark Berry. He's watching early. He's got the goal. Go ahead. Mark's in on the conversation. Use the hashtag A.I.I Soccer. Fans, you can too. Moss lets one go to the back post here. And it's in! Are you kidding me? Lauren Moss double dips here in the A.I.I Championship game. I believe she intended to cross that ball, but the wind kept it up and it just drifted inside the post. It's unbelievable. Lauren Moss dialed in from long distance here for her seventh and eighth goal of the season. The junior from Canton, Georgia, puts Georgia Gwinnett up 2-0. So Lauren Moss, from that midfield position, had her number called on a corner kick, and she executed well. That time she found herself outside of the 18, on the far sideline, was looking to cross. I'll find out later on whether she meant to shoot or not. Whatever the matter of the fact is, ball reaches nylon. The Grizzlies find themselves up 2-0 early over the first 12 minutes. Rodriguez wins the ball in the midfield. Looks wide. Finds the red-hot Lauren Moss. Left foot. Puts this one over the mouth of the goal. Fletcher's in the neighborhood. It's going to bounce once. Over top of Fletcher's head, trying to regroup. Tried to find Moreland, but a very smart Jimmy's defense was ready for it. Keenan denies that cross. And Keenan continues to impress in this A.I. tournament. Coaches throughout the conference definitely recognized Keenan's ability throughout the year. She was named an A.I.I. Newcomer of the Year, but she really elevated her game yesterday and what looks to be today. I thank the Grizzly fans that have hung around after the disappointing men's loss in the championship game to support the women's here in their championship efforts. I think we've got quite the atmosphere set up here too as well, because Jamestown's men's soccer team, who was eliminated yesterday by Georgia Gwinnett, find themselves in the stands and supporting their fellow student athletes, rightfully so. Mix that collaboration in with the new war drum and a packed house full of Grizzlies. It's going to be a great environment. Header up to Fletcher. Moreland can't get to it. Settling is Ramirez. Moreland into the midfield. Count is pressuring. Ball forward into Aldridge. Aldridge, long first touch. Jimmy's trying to recruit. Moss taken down. And clear things out far side for Miranda. Working downhill are the Jimmies. In toward the 18, looking to pull the trigger. Yarger in the neighborhood. A nice job by Arazuris. Gets a foot on it away from Aldridge. It'll hit the corner flag, stay on the sidelines to be a throw-in for the Jimmies in the deepest part of the ballpark. Again, that matchup for Georgia Gwinnett defensively is going to be on Bro, 21, and Aldridge, number 1 in orange. And the thing is, I think in a foot race, both of them are faster than any 4 of our backs. The question is, are they fast? Are they a step faster? Meaning, can they create space with their speed to get a shot off versus Keenan and Yarger? And I'm not sure they are. Fletcher in behind the defense. Fletcher with a shot that's just wide. Just getting a paw on it is Slayer, and I think Slayer feels like she had to make a play there. But she kind of got stuck in no man's land as a goalkeeper. The golden rule, if you're going to come out, you're going to get the ball or the man. You can't miss both. And that time she didn't get either one. Foul committed by the GGC defense, so the Jimmies will be able to set up a free kick about 12 yards high of the elbow. 3-man wall for Georgia Gwinnett. An opportunity to put it on frame. And if I'm the Jimmies, I would, to see where Sophie Hoare's athletic ability is at early. They had 2 kick takers over top of the ball. Now they're going to switch them around a little bit. 15th minute. This ball lobbed into the box here. Touched, knocked down by Arazuris, and Sophie Hoare will scoop it up inside the 6. Nice job by the Grizzly defense. And I do believe, with a little bit of a height advantage, the Jimmies will have their best opportunities on set pieces. The key for GGC is you do not want to foul sort of inside the mouth of the goal, about that 25-yard range and closer to Hoare. You want to kind of keep your distance. That's about as close as you want to get if you're those midfielders committing those fouls. Now that foul is okay there, and anything closer is going to be a tough pill to swallow. Worth noting, too, it was the Jimmies that committed a ton of fouls in last night's contest versus Bellevue. 21 fouls in total. Something worth to keep an eye on today. Rodriguez picked her head up, looking for the feet of Gonzalez. Back at the Moss. Moss quickly back into Gonzalez in a battle that she'll lose. Moss chases it down. Yeah. Another foul going against the Grizzlies, and the Jimmies will tee this one up right in front of GGC's bench. It is buzzing right now despite the colder temperatures. 42 degrees here at kickoff. Jimmies feel like they're on spring break. It's been 22 and snowy over the last 2 weeks in Jamestown, North Dakota. The conditions are not a problem for the Jimmies, maybe potentially for the Grizzlies. You wouldn't know it by looking at the scoreboard. 2-0. Keenan back into Fletcher. Fletcher into the box. He wants to shoot it. Couldn't. Nice job defensively. Now a panic touch by Miranda. We'll get another corner kick for GGC. Georgia Gwinnett able to score on their first corner kick as they found Lauren Moss hanging out right at the elbow, uncovered. Now the Jimmies will make an adjustment, and they've got a defender in Moss's front shirt pocket. However, the Grizzlies want to play short here with Rodriguez, and the defender that was on Moss comes back over to help out. It'll be a throw-in for GGC. Then if Gonzalez and Rodriguez had a second chance at that, they'd have done it a little bit differently. Throw-in for Fletcher. Fletcher to toss it in. Looking. Rodriguez posting up. Now Moreland coming in late. Moreland out to Keenan. Keenan with a cross. Went higher than it went farther. Rodriguez with a settle. Trying to find a teammate. Taken away by Williams, and she'll play out of the back. Miranda denied by Countess. Nice job there. Grizzlies trying to find feet. Countess playing through to her best friend and Dominique Fletcher. Back out. Countess to cross. All the way to the back door. Gonzalez is there. Tracking. Hits on the turf once. Gonzalez with a left foot and a little optimistic, and I ain't afraid of that at all. Nice job by Gonzalez. When you're the A.I.I Player of the Year, she's been given a green light constantly in that attacking third to let the left foot go. And again, it wasn't ideal, it wasn't proper, but it's definitely pursued. Substitution for the Jimmies early. Out goes 25 and Miranda. And checking in looks to be number 26 and Gabrielle Darte. Moss had it taken away from Diarte. Countess gets it right back. Going far side from Gonzalez, can't connect. No real special tactics, it seems, for the Jimmies. It looks like they're going to call upon, let's see here. It looks to be number 20, and Anna Balsadia, to just match up with Gonzalez in container. Throw in for Yarger, down the line. Yarger takes down a Jimmy, and again, a foul there isn't going to hurt you. Free kick coming for Jamestown. They got numbers in the box. Right foot toward the penalty spot. Nice job by Arizona. Heads out of danger. Ball comes squirt back out to Bologna, but it's denied again by Countess this time. Moreland settles, looking for help. Dumps it off to Rodriguez. Rodriguez pressure. Almost a turnover. Now Anderson will find the feet of Keenan. Veteran move by Stina Anderson. Keenan up the path, finds Moreland. Moreland stops right at midfield. Finds Rodriguez. Rodriguez looking to play over the top. Fletcher turns and runs. Fletcher heads in the right direction. Tangled up with the defender. Puts it back toward the middle and not enough pace on it. Ball comes out to Moreland. Moreland with a right foot, a little bit long. Nice job by Amy Moreland, pressures. And gets a throw in for her teammates. This match, 20 minutes old. GGC leads 2-0. That scoreboard is correct. It's number 20 in the A.I.I over number 22 in the A.I.I by a score of 2-0. Grizzlies have outshot the Jimmies 5-1. Two of them have been on goal, and both of them found the back of the net. Grizzlies slight advantage with corners, leading 2-0. Seiler comes out and secures that ball. We've got one foul for each team, no cards, and 2 goals are on the board. Both in favor of Mike Giuliano's squad. The A.I.I Coach of the Year and his first year on the sidelines for the Grizzlies. He has recorded over 400 collegiate coaching wins. 400 career coaching wins. He hit the 250 mark in the collegiate ranks earlier this season on the sidelines for GGC. He has won 4 A.I.I national championships with Westmont. And here in this first season, he's looked to capture the A.I.I tournament. Fancy footwork by Moreland off to Gonzalez. Gonzalez looking to find a streaking Rodriguez. Rodriguez fumbles just a little bit, trying to recover. Keenan coming to help out. Hits that one off of an orange shirt. Throw-in coming for the Grizzlies. Keenan short into Fletcher. Fletcher trying to go around her defender. She does. Deflection going toward the end line. Moreland coming out. Moreland is absolutely clobbered as the ball goes off the end line. He gets a corner kick. Moreland did not see the defender coming, shielding off the ball. Who she was trying to beat was the goalkeeper and Slyer. And Moreland quick to jump up on her feet. She is okay, but she's battered and bruised from last night's contest. Moss hangs out at the elbow, and now 3 orange shirts pull outside of the 18. Gonzalez sizes him up. Left foot. In-swinger. Back toward the 6. Fletcher sizing up. Headed straight up in the air. Moss trying to help out. No, excuse me. Moreland trying to help out. Left foot. Ooh, just misses right. You talk about a backbreaker in the first half, and that one squirts through 3-0. A roof would blow off this place, and we don't even have a roof. Seiler. One by Fletcher. Right back into Moreland. Moreland's got an opportunity. She'll put a right foot on frame for the save by Seiler. First of the day. Seiler quickly to her feet. Swings it far. Moss in the neighborhood. Off to Rodriguez. Now Countess settles on the turf. Trying to find friendly feet. Can't do so. Moreland was offside. Countess didn't know it. Jimmy's working back downhill. Countess cuts off her angle. Grizzly defense smothers him up. Loose ball comes back toward A.I.I, and she'll boot it forward. Moreland a little late for that header, trying to challenge Lowry a little bit. Now, Yarger doesn't like that call. And I tell you what's interesting there. Yarger got caught up in the moment just a little bit. She went through the body of a Jimmy to get to that ball, and that is an easy whistle for the official, but Yarger feels like she's been picked on a little bit down this sideline with physical play and she not getting the fouls. And so she quickly looked to the sideline for some sort of justification from Giuliano. And coach jumped up to the bench quickly and says, hey, no, that's on you. So some accountability for Mike Giuliano and the Grizzlies. That's a loose ball. Could have been a handball there. As the referee picks and chooses what's to ignore here early. Jimmy's down 2-0, but they're not going down without a fight. A.I.I. Far side looking for Gonzalez. Gonzalez in a tussle with Balmaceda. And Moss comes and helps out with Miranda. Back down to the far side. Loose ball comes back out to Moss. Moss looking to turn by Gonzalez. Gonzalez keeps possession. Cool, calm, and collective, the A.I. Player of the Year. Off to Countess. Countess picks her head up. Looking to play long. Finds time and space. Moss was the intended target, but I could tell the look on Moss's face was, that's not normally the ball I run onto. Gonzalez wins it back for GGC. Streaking back toward the middle. On her right foot, she'll pull the trigger toward Fletcher, and it'll be a one-hopper squeezed up by Seiler. Quick boot up to Aldridge. And that quick boot tells you a couple of things here. When the Grizzlies are spread out like that in their shape and their formation, Seiler knows to get that ball to the top of the table as quickly as possible so Aldridge and Bro can use their speed. But the Grizzlies are ready for it. Rodriguez with a trap. Jimmy's with a through ball. Aldridge with a deflection out to Bro. A.I.I. a little out of position, but Countess there to help out. Boots it back up top toward midfield. Now the Jimmy's want to possess things starting out of the back. A little bit of a fumble there. Moreland's able to apply pressure now. Gonzalez does too. Forced up toward Moss. Moss comes near side for Fletcher. Fletcher over to Moreland. And Fletcher wants a do-over on that one. Because if Fletcher delivers that ball through Moreland onto Gonzalez, Gonzalez is on the goal. Aldridge with a header, no help. Anderson finds Rodriguez. Rodriguez relieves the pressure to Moss. Moss, she'll send one long. Fletcher going to run on to it. They'll check up outside of the box. Fletcher pressuring. Don't know if she got a paw on that one as it's trickling toward the near side. And it looks like they'll let it go, meaning Fletcher did get a paw on it. Going to throw it for the Jimmies and a substitution for both teams as well. And look who we have here. One of the heroes from last night. Number 7, the junior from Burnham-on-Sea, England, Caitlin Berry, had the goal in the 88th minute that kept the season alive in Lawrenceville for Georgia Gwinnett. Berry will come in to give Fletcher a breather. This is part of the normal rotation. Throw in for the Jimmies. Grizzlies going to try to pin him in this near side. Moss able to get to that 50-50 ball and just boots it in toward the 6. I'll tell you, there's 2 categories we talked about at the top of the broadcast. As Yarger gets run over by Bro. Now Bro stiff arm Gonzalez, and Yarger wants some more. And now Yarger's going to foul Bro. And I think Yarger got away with the first one, definitely called for the second one. Yarger is a little flustered right now with what's a foul and what's not. But 2 things I was looking forward to was, or I was keeping an eye on, I don't say looking forward to it, but I was keeping an eye on Jimmy's ability to create somewhat one-on-one or 2-on-1 situations with their speed, working downhill towards Sophie Hoare. They haven't had too many of an opportunities to do that. And now somebody gets a card. I don't know if that was Lauren Moss or Amanda Yarger, but the referee in the general direction of one of those Grizzlies picked up a yellow card. Free kick into the box. That one's off the top of the dome of Ramirez. It'll be a goal kick for GGC. And then the other area of the game I was looking forward to was I was looking at to be a dictator in this game was going to be Grizzlies' ability to 1 and 2 touch their possession through the midfield to get to the attack. Sophie Hoare, another one of the heroes from last night. Keenan with a flick. Finds the feet of Berry. She gets her first touches coming off the bench. Countess up the way. Moreland to Rodriguez. Rodriguez puts a through ball to Berry. Berry trying to turn the corner. Putting some pressure on Bologna. She'll track that ball all the way back to Seiler. And Keenan and the Grizzlies pressure some more. That's the sequence we've been wanting to see at the GGC. We've seen it more than once. 1, 2 touched. Consecutive passes of 4, 5, and 6 get you an opportunity on goal. Substitution for Jamestown as Berry came on as number 28 and Phoebe Edwards. Back to Anderson, no real pressure. Finds Rodriguez. Rodriguez had it taken away by Williams, still pressure. Edwards. Near side, can't find Ramirez. We've played 30 minutes. GGC leads 2-0. Both goals by Lauren Moss as she cocked a shotgun rifle, went double barrel on the Jimmies and hit the target twice. Once from the left elbow on a corner kick, the other time from wide of the 18-yard box. What almost looked like a cross just kept bending and bending and bending into the goal. Countess doesn't like the junk happening on the near sideline, so just boot things out of danger. Jimmy's trying to possess. Moss to Moreland. Moreland with a flick. Gonzalez can't get to it. One touch, Gonzalez would have been on the goal as well. Countess, great tackle there. Berry comes and helps out. Finds Keenan. Keenan shows support. Up to Moreland. Moreland touches the ball down. Taken away by the Jimmy defense. Bologna can't find any sort of continuity as Countess makes that stop. Rodriguez with the fancy footwork. Got time and space. A little too much dribbling there, but Berry's there to help out. Back to Rodriguez. If you're Nicole Rodriguez, you've got to think right now. You can control this game. Berry in behind the defense. Can she get to it? Nice slide tackle. Berry wisely doesn't go for that. Another corner kick coming for GGC. I don't think there's a midfielder in orange on that pitch that can hang with Nicole Rodriguez. Very creative, very crafty with the ball at her feet. And when she can control the ball, pick her head up, assess her options, she's going to be very, very difficult to deal with. And that's what she's been able to do for the first 25 minutes or so. Moss in the neighborhood, headed down by Williams. Again, Rodriguez, all ball on her feet, tries to switch the field, but Grizzlies were in the transition defense. Moreland now wins it. She goes wide. Moreland gets around the defender. Moreland sets up her left foot. It gets through the wicket. Gonzalez is there. The Grizzlies take a 3-0 lead here in Lawrenceville in the A.I.I. Championship. Ana Gonzalez, the A.I. Player of the Year, cleans up nicely on the front stoop there. Goes with the broom and brushes it home as GGC in the first 30 minutes has scored 3 goals. Mass substitutions for Jamestown, as they'll bring two new attackers into the game. One flanked out to the near side in Shelby Webb, and another one flanked out to the far side. Trying to get a beat on that number, but for now, it is all Georgia Gwinnett here in this championship showdown. Ball comes back into Hoare, but she'll come out and make a nice play. That pass intended for Shelby Webb. Sophie Hoare, sophomore in Napier, New Zealand. Picked up her 21st win last night in goal for the Grizzlies. She's second all-time on GGC's career win list, behind Mo Gutierrez with 24. Sophie, outside of penalties, picked up 4 saves and a run of play last night. All Georgia Gwinnett in this first half. It's funny, we talked about the two hottest teams in the A.I.I coming into this contest. Georgia Gwinnett with a 15-match unbeaten streak. And we had to change our tone just a little bit because even though the Grizzlies won in penalty kicks last night, technically it doesn't go down in the record as a win. It goes as a draw and an advancement on PK. So somewhat of the winning streak was snapped last night as Gonzalez is roped down here. Now you can just tell the Jimmy's a little overmatched. They're going to do everything they can to scratch and claw their way back into this contest. Well, what's interesting, technically the Grizzlies picked up their second draw of the season yesterday against Viterbo and advanced on PK. So the winning streak was snapped. Low line drive into the box. It'll be handled by Seiler. It's worth noting, too, very proud moment for GGC women's soccer. Gonzalez into the box again, too long of a second touch. But without a doubt, the current 15-match unbeaten streak is definitely a program record. And then what was the 9-game, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, the 10-game winning streak was the longest in program history. Moreland sizes one up, a laser beam right towards Seiler. Nothing. Georgia Gwinnett leads in this championship game. Webb got some speed of her own. As Yarger in that transition defense finds herself on the near side. Back out to Edwards. Countess comes and helps out. Anderson wisely gets that one out of the back. Throw in for Yarger on this near side. And it looks like Juliana will call for that switch to put Keenan on the far side on the speedster, Kirsten Bro. Rodriguez through ball to Barry. Barry turns on the Jets, working on Bologna. Bologna able to get to it, stumbling back and forth. She'll knock it away. It'll be a throw in for GGC. Nicole Rodriguez is having her way in the midfield with the Jimmies. That is prime real estate that is owned by number 14 in white right now. And there is a high, very steep, very expensive property tax the Jimmies cannot afford. Moss let a couple fly from this long. Couldn't get there in time. Bowled over a tackle. That ball had some serious English on it. It hopped over Yarger, and Yarger's confusing night continues. Amanda's going to look herself in the mirror and say, I can't catch a break here. Ball down the near side, flicked on by Edwards. Arazuris will send one sky high toward the bleachers. And a catch made in fair territory by a lucky fan. Too bad you can't take that souvenir home with you. We're going to need that back. We got to finish this championship. Webb down this near side, trying to turn on the Jets. Can't do so. Fortino. Cameraman down there on camera 2. Can't make the play. That was your opportunity to shine there, Fortino. That's his camera. He's working hard right there. He's trying to stay focused. Couple of advancements on the throw in. As the Jimmies just heading things out of bounds consistently. And that last one will be a foul. Lauren Moss will tee things up. Right inside midfield. Moss feels like she can shoot from anywhere on this turf. May try to do so, given the mojo she's got working on. Left foot hits this one right at the 18. Maybe just beyond her range. Ball popped out of the box. Moreland comes and tracks it down. Moreland again takes a high kick. At least the ball got her that time instead of somebody's body part. Took an elbow yesterday, a shoulder today, and almost took a boot to the chest there. Moreland's going to need a day off and spend the day at the ice bath. That one's going to hit Shelby Webb, trying to make a running effort. Edwards now chases down, and Countess does a nice job of trying to turn around Edwards. Edwards still progressing forward down this near sideline. Countess comes hustling in, cuts it off, and does a nice job by Bristol Countess. Last touch by Edwards, and gets a goal kick out of it for the Grizzlies. Rotation up top for Mike Giuliano. Ana Gonzalez will get a breather here as Melissa Hankin checks in. Substitution for the Jimmies. On comes Nicole Morrison, which shifts around the top of that formation. In the meantime, Rodriguez racing across that G-claw. And it's taken away by Brianna Stefano, and she was the last sub on the pitch for the Jimmies. Moss in a tussle finds Rodriguez. All sorts of time and space. Look at her. Plenty of time to think about the laces on that ball. Plays a through ball to Barry. Barry touches it forward. Now settles. Surrounded by orange shirts. Moreland trying to help out. And the Jimmy defense is recovered. Moss lets another optimistic shot go. This one will be just a hair wide. Rodriguez settles into midfield. Looking to dish. Cuts to her left. Cuts to her left again. Sizes up a left foot. Dishes it through Hankin and had the right idea. As it just deflected off the heel of a center back for the Jimmies defense and ricocheted toward Seiler, or else Hankin would have had a golden opportunity. 3-0 GGC leads here with 6 minutes remaining in the first half. Countess moving forward. Dishes it wide to Hankin. Hankin chases it down. Passes it back inside to Countess. Countess picks her head up. Square ball to Moreland. Looking through, ball to Hankin. Hankin is offsides. Flag up near side. Right idea for Georgia Gwinnett. Barry wins a loose ball. Williams comes away with it, working downhill. Puts a heavy charge into that one. That's a two-hopper. It'll end up in the lap of Sophie Horace. That wind at the Jimmy's back here in this first half. That ball had no chance but to go toward the Grizzly goalkeeper in blue. Lowry with a big boot. Yarger wins a header. Finally, something goes 24's way. Moss tangled up a little bit here. As the ball goes out of bounds, they're just going to call a throw-in. I mean, that's a foul on somebody. I don't know who. But Moss gets tied up with Miranda there. And no whistle. Yarger wins that ball into Hankin's feet. Hankin tussling. Webb pokes it up to Edwards. Edwards picks her head up, looking to cross. Countess knocks it down. Loose ball at the 18. Jimmy's looking for some help. Back out to Williams. Williams turns it over. Rodriguez picks her head up, finds the feet of Moreland. Moreland away from danger, finds Moss. Moss picks her head up. She wants to play through, and a nice stop by Balmaceda. Williams, near side. Through ball, going home from Edwards. Throwing for the Grizzlies. GGC seems extremely well prepared and well coached in this contest. There's a takedown as Williams puts one in the box. Yarger's goal side and lets Leb slip through her and all the way off the end line for a GGC goal kick. It seems as if GGC is extremely prepared in this contest. They are ready for whatever the Jimmies are throwing at them. And the Jimmies are have to go to page 2 or 3 of their playbook to try to get and break down this GGC defense. Yarger working on Webb. Balls to her backside, and Webb wins it. Ball in the box, headed down by Arazuris. She gets a return effort, headed again. Countess settles in the midfield. Shake and bake, moves forward. Looks up, goes to Hankin, far side. Cutting it off, Lowry. To go all the way back to Seiler, who's going to play her feet out of the box. Toward Webb, she'll knock it out of play. Throwing coming for GGC, 3 minutes remaining until the halftime horn. Georgia Gwinnett leads 3-0. 2 goals by Lauren Moss. A rebound added by Ana Gonzalez. As the Grizzlies are looking for glory in such a historic matter. Yesterday was just the second A.I.I tournament win in program history. This would be the first A.I.I women's soccer championship, and it'll be the second time this team punches their ticket to the A.I.I National Tournament. Keenan moving forward. Keenan wrestling, looking to play long. Long pressuring Moss in the neighborhood as well. Rodriguez with a header. Rodriguez. Up to Barry. Barry with a win. Barry looking to play Hankin. Hankin was offside and she knew it. Again, Hankin's going to time that run just a little bit later. She's got the right idea. She's open. She knows where she wants the ball. Her teammates know where she wants the ball. It's just a matter of timing. DiStefano turns it over. Chip near side. Barry working up against Balmaceda, throwing for GGC. 90 seconds till the halftime horn. Keenan. Into Rodriguez. Rodriguez circling back through, makes a nice cut, right-footed shot deflected out of bounds. I know we're only 44 minutes old into this contest, but if you think back to Nicole Rodriguez's sophomore year, and GGC's first win against a ranked opponent was at home versus Cumberland. And a 3-1 victory. It was probably one of the best performances in Nicole Rodriguez's career, and this one is going to rival it. And we've only played one half of soccer. She has controlled tempo, controlled pace, and controlled possession. And here she is, not going to lose this ball. Keeping it, shake and bake. Dumps it to a teammate. Barry with a cross, backdoor. Hankins in the neighborhood, but the Jimmies cleared out. The Jimmies just don't have an answer for 14 in white. Or 10 in white. Or 13 in white. Or not know if she can pick that up or not. Uses her feet wisely. Oh, and by the way, they're going to deal with Ana Gonzalez too as well. There's a whistle that goes against Melissa Hankin, and a free kick coming for the Jimmies.
6, 5.
Countdown's on here. Arazuris with the header away.
2, 1.
There's a ball struck towards Sophie Hoare that won't make it to her in time. And a warm, warm round of applause here for Georgia Gwinnett fans here at the Grizzlies Soccer Complex. Halfway home to an A.I.I championship, and Georgia Gwinnett leads 3-0 here at halftime. We'd like to thank our corporate sponsors who have helped make today's game and this broadcast possible. Auto Bell Car Wash, Chick-fil-A on Pike Street, Club Corp of Hamilton Mill, and Traditions of Brazelton Golf Club. Fast Signs of Norcross and Johns Creek, Gunner Automotive, Gwinnett Medical Center, Gwinnett Sports Commission, Hampton Inn on Sugarloaf Parkway, Hayes Family Dealerships, Holiday Inn Express of Lawrenceville, Homewood Suites of Sugarloaf Parkway, and Infinity of Gwinnett. Folks, we're going to step aside here for just a moment, give us about 10 to 15 minutes and check back in with us, and we'll have highlights from first half action of this A.I.I. championship as GGC leads 3-0. This is the Grizzly Digital Network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to the Grizzly Digital Network as we're here at halftime of the 2017 A.I.I. Women's Soccer Championship, and that scoreboard is accurate. 3-0, Georgia Gwinnett on top as we take a look at how we got to this point.
Trigger the left foot goes
GGC got things going early.
It hits.
As it was a mop-up job as Lauren Moss struck one from the elbow. It got in underneath the bar and hit the bottom of the carpet. Then Lauren Moss gets into the scoring act again with a long ball that hits off the post well above the keeper's head and Seiler. And then Dominique Fletcher with an opportunity, just misses wide. And it's been all GGC in this first half. Ana Gonzalez, very optimistic strike. And then there's Amy Moreland with a great strike, and Ana Gonzalez cleans up. And that is your first half score here, 3-0. GGC has not only outscored, they've outshot their opponent too by a margin of 14. By a margin of 14-2. 9 of the shots have found their way on frame. Fouls are a little bit of a mystery here in this first half. 4 for Georgia Gwinnett, 3 for Jamestown. And we're not 100% sure what is allowed and what isn't allowed. Whistle's a little bit kind of erratic in this first half. GGC has had 4 corners, capitalizing on the very first one, which was a Lauren Moss banger from beyond the 18. And this is a single elimination tournament. Both these teams ranked in the NAI top 25 poll, but that means absolutely nothing, because both these teams will be on the outside of that bubble looking in for one of those at-large berths. So whether you're number 20 Georgia Gwinnett or number 22 in Jamestown, your season comes down to these last 45 minutes. Who will be crowned the 2017 A.I. champions, hoist that trophy high to the sky, and claim the lone automatic bid out of the Association of Independent Institutions? We will find out over the next 45 minutes. And before we do that, we'd like to thank our corporate sponsors who have helped make this game and this broadcast possible. Jets Pizza on Sugarloaf, Jim and Nick's, Northwestern Mutual Financial Advisor Reed Golden, Old Town Tavern and Grill in Lawrenceville, Penn Station East Coast Subs, Pepsi Company, Pita Corner, Slosky's Cafe and Bakery, Sosby Auto Supply, Sports Medicine South, and Subaru of Gwinnett. And don't forget Willie's Mexicana Grill. So we get ready for second half action here. We'll flip-flop sides. For the Jimmies, it'll be Lauren Seiler again in the blue uniform, operating the goal closest to the scoreboard, having that 10-mile-an-hour wind in her face. Temperature 44 degrees here to start the second half. Jimmies will be in the all-orange going left to right. Meanwhile, Georgia Gwinnett breaking that huddle, surrounded by Mike Giuliano. And they are fired up, going up 3-0 here in this first half. For the Grizzlies, Sophie Hoare goes in goal, closest to the hill, in the all-blue uniform in front of her. It'll be Lexi Dietz getting the start on the far side of the field in the second half. Next to her, Anderson, Arazuris, and Keenan near side. And the midfield remains the same. Countess, Moss, Moreland. Countess, Moss, and Rodriguez. Up top, Fletcher, Gonzalez, and Berry here to start the second half. Moss gets an interception early. Plays near side for Berry. Jamestown has got to think, pedal to the metal here. They cannot be complacent or reserved at all. They have got to take some calculated risks and deal with the consequences. Down 3-0 to start this second half. For GGC, you just got to play mistake-free soccer, and you will be crowned 2017 champions. Shelby Webb gets a start near side, touched out of bounds. Berry to toss it in, and he gives it up to Keenan. Keenan down the line. Interesting move to move Gonzalez into that target forward position, but Moreland, we mentioned it yesterday and this first half, banged up to say the least. She's taken elbows, shoulders, and boots all over her body. She's battered and bruised. Keenan down the way, headed by Berry toward Gonzalez. Gonzalez trying to post up, plays a nice ball toward Berry. Berry trying to touch it forward. going toward the end line, cuts back to her right, had it taken away. Sandwiched between two orange shirts to relieve the pressure. All the way back to Keenan. Keenan turns, faces, comes back toward the middle, knocked down by Williams. Taken away by Miranda. And they launch a long ball to Bro. Bro, fastest player on the field from point A to point B. Grizzlies got her surrounded. Arizuris, shoulder to shoulder, touches it, trying to go off the end line, and it'll be a goal kick coming for GGC. What hustle by Macarena Arizuris. She did touch it. Bro trying to let it go off the end line. And Arizuris recovered and knocking it off of the orange shin guard of Kristen Bro. Not making an appearance in the second half is Kirsten Ulrich for Jamestown. Bro will occupy that target forward position, sandwiched between Anderson and Arizuris. The forward to the far side is Ramirez. Forward to the near side is Webb. So a little adjustment for Nick Bender as well in his 6th season. We talked about it yesterday during the men's tournament, how that transitive property never seems to ever work in soccer when Team A beats Team B, Team B beats Team C, which means Team A should beat Team C by a similar score, right? It never works that way because on paper, trying to size up Georgia Gwinnett and Jamestown, there wasn't a whole lot of common denominators. There's a through ball to Caitlin Berry. Caitlin Berry gets her right foot on it, cuts back across the grain. Fletcher's there. Can she finish? Ball still loose. We got a player down who's hurt, tied up inside the net. Great job there by Dominique Fletcher to get the referee's attention, and they're going to ask for medical assistance immediately. I mean, the official is calling for some sort of medical attention quite quickly.
Where?
And so getting to her feet in what seemed to be a very dramatic moment, crashing into that goalpost, but being okay. There's that left back. Looks to be number 20. That's not 26. How about 16? Olivia Rivas, junior out of Duarte, California. She's actually going to jog off on the field too as well. She crashed into that post and saved a goal for her Jimmies. She's at the point now where she's even gone to the sideline and says, I'm okay. How do I get back into this game as quickly as possible? Nice touch by Berry as Fletcher couldn't get to her. The ball just went too wide of the post and back to full strength of the Jimmies as Rivas steps back on. Moss into Berry. Berry streaking across the defense. Finds Rodriguez. Squares up her defender. Looking to play toward Gonzalez. Can't connect. Ball comes back out to Anderson. Anderson wastes no time with it. That ball's going to hop, and Gonzalez called offsides. Gonzalez knew that Fletcher was off, and so she thought, well, maybe if Fletcher doesn't try to advance toward that ball, maybe I can sneak in there. And the referee was wiser. I think Fletcher was more offsides than Gonzalez, and Gonzalez thought, well, maybe he didn't see me. Arizuris steps in front of that pass from Bro, and that's going to be key for both Arizuris and Anderson because if Bro gets that ball with her back to the goal and the Grizzlies press her in the back, she can make a quick turn and will be off to the races, and we may not be able to catch her. I think that's one of the strategic moves by Bender, that the Jimmies can get that ball inside to Bro. She can turn and run on Anderson and Arizuris. Quick restart for the Jimmies. They send one long. Countess there. Berry trying to possess things on the turf. Pressure, draws two orange shirts, now a third. Moss rattling around. Miranda comes away with it. There's Bro looking to turn. Arizuris keeps her in front for the time being. Jockeys for position. Bro tries to cut back to her left. Advancing forward, but not a whole lot of daylight. Keenan comes crashing in, as does Rodriguez. Team effort for the Grizzlies against Bro. Ball over top of the defense. Lexi Dietz playing goal side here. Hanging in there and luckily gets a boot on it. It will be a foul going against the Jimmies. Nice job by Dietz. Got a funny hop, but kept herself between the ball and the attacker. Good sound defense for number 21. That is a senior out of Papillion, Nebraska. Sophie Hoare, one of the heroes from last night, right foot. Two Jimmies run into each other trying to win that header, and Williams got the brunt end of that touch. Anderson taking it down into the corner. Ball have enough momentum. It goes off the end line, and a goal kick coming for GGC. 50th minute, 3-0. Jimmy's trying to put something together in attacking third. Too long of a touch. And Anderson and Moore on the same page from a communication standpoint. Sophie Moore slings one out near side, finds Lauren Moss. She's going to turn and run in the midfield. She's got plenty of time and space. Moss picking her head up, looking to play long. Switching the field, looking for Fletcher, but a nice job defensively by the Jimmy defense. Dietz, tough touch. Got to regroup quickly here. Grizzlies almost broken down defensively. Dietz, great tackle away from Ramirez. Fletcher, far side. Gets some more help from Dietz. Dietz beats one off the dribble, beats a second off a challenge. Ball got some nasty spin to it. The Grizzlies trying to possess. Gonzalez finds Rodriguez over top to Fletcher. Fletcher outside of the 18. To the end line, out of bounds, and a corner kick. Grizzlies send the two-man game to the far side. Gonzalez and Rodriguez, they're going to dribble things into danger. Gonzalez cutting toward the end line, looking for some help off to Anderson. Anderson back to the goal, drops it back one more time. Barry retreating in the wrong direction. She'll turn, shoot, fire, hit it high, and it's just wide. We get a deflection out of it. Barry's called for a corner kick, and the referee agrees. Seidler can't believe it. She thought that was her corner, or excuse me, goal kick, but now the Grizzlies will regroup. As now Gonzalez and Rodriguez come to the near side. Two orange shirts comes to the near side. Count this all by herself at the 18. Right at the elbow. Gonzalez goes to the left foot. Beautiful ball back toward the 6. Maybe a handball. Play continues. Ball comes back out to Dietz. Deacon right into the teeth of defense to Williams. And here comes the cavalry. Fast break on the way for Jamestown. Looking for the counter. Grizzlies having number back to Tensley. Are they organized? Ball into Bro. Bro cuts back to her left. Arizona keeps it in front. Pushes out wide. Croft into the box. Keenan is there. Ball bounced on the turf once. Moss comes and helps out and clears things out of danger. Nice job defensively in the transition defense for GGC. Ball into Webb. Miranda. Back to the goal. Near side looking to play through to Webb. Webb finds her feet. Keenan takes it away from her. Keenan, not too many options there. Touches it out and a throw in coming for the Jimmies. Mamaceda tosses it in. Out to Webb. Webb with a cross near post. Moore calls everybody off. Bobbles it once, but she'll chase it down and secure it. Sigh of relief there for Sophie Hoare. If this score holds at 3-0 over the next 36 minutes, you got anybody else got Sophie Hoare to turn an MVP? Gonzalez challenging and attacking third, but you think about it. Sophie Hoare really only gave up one goal yesterday in the 2-2 draw, then had a huge save to seal the deal in penalties, and then potentially throwing a shutout here today. And again, I think if this score holds, you could pick just about any one of the 11 Grizzlies out there, and I don't think anybody's going to be mad about it. I think what they care most about is hoisting that trophy high to the sky. And I'll get someone, after this game is final, to explain 2-on-1 to me for the 15th time. Because from my understanding is you can accomplish a lot of the team's goals with a win tonight. And they've characterized those goals with a rallying call. And I mean that as in like accomplishment, not necessarily putting the ball in the back of the net goals. But you can achieve a lot of those goals to start the year by winning here tonight. Arizurus into midfield. Near side. Balmaceda. Into Moss. Pressured. Keenan, neighborhood. Wins it, turns. That ball struck out of bounds. We have throw in for Keenan and the Grizzlies. Barry wins a header in the direction of Countess, but Williams stands in front of it. Moss turns, picks her heads up, dribbling through Williams. There's a violent collision there. Moss gets the worst end of that one. And throw in coming for the Jimmies. Ball headed around. Gonzalez gets behind it. She'll settle on the turf. Shuffles right. Now gives it off. Finds Countess. Misplays Moss. Moss regroups. Turns. Plenty of time. Assesses her options. Play down the line for Keenan. Keenan trying to outrun Webb. And they collide. The ball gets into Countess. Game's still alive here. And that ball's touched out of bounds and a corner kick. 7th of the night coming for GGC. Tip your hat to the Grizzlies here. They have not gone complacent. They have not gone conservative. They have continued to play the game that has got them a 3-0 lead. All 3 goals coming in the first half. 2 by Lauren Moss. And a third by Ana Gonzalez. And now we need an explanation on the far sideline as the center official now comes all the way over to talk to Nick Bender. Not sure what that conversation is about, but it's certainly holding up play as the clock stops at 33:18. Now play will resume. Gonzalez left foot. Back in toward the box. Fletcher comes crashing in, headed straight up in the air. Rodriguez able to recover. Ball squirts out at 18. Countess with a one-timer, and it's a bit wide. Right idea there for Bristol Countess. Substitution, one for both squads. Mark Giuliano is going to send on Amy Moreland as Caitlin Barrow get a breather. Gubby Webb checks out, and the aforementioned freshman Kirsten Aldridge checks in up top too as well. So Bro moves back out to the near side up top, and the Jimmy's attack is back to 100%. They find themselves down 3-0. A lot of work with 33 minutes remaining. Ball long side. Aldridge in the neighborhood. Dietz gets to it. Stands up Aldridge, turns, clears out of danger. Rodriguez turns. Rodriguez pokes things around midfield. Won by Rivas. Moss looking to play toward Gonzalez. That one headed out of danger by Balmaceda. Grizzly throw in near side. Keenan will progress forward. GGC has outshot UJ 16-2 in this contest. 7 corners for the Grizzlies, 0 for the Jimmies. GGC leads in the category that matters most, 3-0. Rodriguez looking across, finds a lap of Moreland. Back out to Moss. Moss, right foot. Might have been a shot, but it was deflected by Miranda. Fletcher, far side, trying to turn the corner. Long first touch, it'll be out of bounds. Or a goal kick. Jimmy's trying to possess things out of the back. They get things through the midfield. Miranda. Near side. Gonzalez collides with Balsameda. Gonzalez gets possession. Moss, now Rodriguez. Picks her head up, no real pressure. Plays it wide to Keenan. Keenan on the move down this left side. Gets to it in time, keeps it in play. Or does she? Tough call for the Grizzlies there. It's just enough for the white ball crosses that white line. We played 1 hour. Only 30 minutes remaining. Not only in this game, but on the Jimmy season. Down 3-0. Georgia Gwinnett looking to achieve their team goals in capturing the program's first ever A.I.I. championship and the second ever trip to the A.I.I. National Championship. A very, very, very long shot for either of these teams to absorb an at-large bid on the Monday NAI Women's Soccer Selection Show that's going to happen at 12 noon. Worth tuning in, to say the very least. And if you're the winner of this contest, you'll find out where you're playing and who you're playing in the opening round in the field of 32. The loser can only sit there and hope. Aldridge gets in the midfield, plays it short, and now a long ball over top, intended for Ramirez. Dietz is back, goal side. Now Rodriguez wins the ball in the midfield. All sorts of time and space, no real pressure. Now here's a through ball. Gonzalez, questionably offside. I'll give the referee credit on the far sideline. He was standing right on top of that back line for the Jimmies. He had the best look in the whole ballpark, and we have to abide by his rules, and he says Sana Gonzalez was offsides. And of course, there's no player ever that thinks they're offsides, but Gonzalez felt like she was not. Dietz going to work on the far side. Takes the ball out of bounds against Bologna. Throw in for Bologna. Into the corner. Fletcher deflects it over to Aldridge. Aldridge back out on the perimeter. This is Bro. She's good. Right foot wide. Just enough pressure there for Lauren Moss. I stand corrected there. That was actually Diane Miranda with the long distance rifle. Dietz down in the near corner. Looking long, trying to get out of this mess. Moss over to Moreland. Now Countess looking to play long toward Fletcher. Fletcher able to get to it. Stops, cuts back towards the middle. Assessing her options into Moreland. Moreland hesitates just a little bit. Moreland a touch forward, had it denied, still keeps possession. Right around the 18. Gonzalez calling for it, but Moreland rips a left-footed shot. Countess was calling for it. And the Jimmy's defense get out of danger. Georgia Gwinnett, after an emotional win last night in penalty kicks, eliminating Viterbo and advancing to this A.I. championship match. There's plenty left in the tank here. This ball's back across this penalty spot. Moss in a tussle on the ground and playing dangerously. As Ramirez, an easy whistle for the official. GGC outshot Viterbo yesterday 32-10, and they've picked up right where they left off here versus the Jimmies at 19-3. Georgia Gwinnett had an advantage of 12-2 on corner kicks. And here tonight, 7-0. The difference, that game was tied 2-2 after 90 minutes. And GGC was actually tied 1-1 after 60 minutes. Here tonight, we've got a 3-0 score in favor of GGC after 60 minutes. What will be the result after 90? Moss settles in the midfield, looking to play long. Might have been too long there as the wind will push that ball well out of play, and a goal kick coming for the Jimmies. Substitution for Jamestown. Out goes Juliet Ramirez. And checking in is number 18, Nicole Morrison, sophomore to Idaho Falls, Idaho. He had the game winner in the previous matchup versus Bellevue on October 14th. Quality goal scorer coming off this very, very deep bench for Nick Bender. Moreland looking to play. Gonzalez more than just a step. That was a couple of blocks offside there. Gonzalez knows she's got to retreat back. Nice job not to pout. Hustles back. Gets behind the ball. Jimmy's will restart play. Rodriguez plays. Williams with a boot. Looking toward Bro. Matched up with Keenan. into Aldridge. Aldridge trying to find a window, denied by Arizona's. Grizzlies not out of the woods just yet. Back out to Miranda. Williams, long distance stuffed by Moss. Williams keeps it, however. Pulls the trigger again with the left foot. Or on her post. Can she keep it out? She can't. That one's in. So Kylie Williams, a junior out of Pierre, South Dakota, takes a page out of the Grizzly playbook, more specifically Lauren Moss. Lets one fly from about 45 and hit it right where Sophie Hoare couldn't get to it. All of a sudden, we got ourselves a brand new ball game at 3-1 with 25 minutes remaining, and the Jimmies show signs of life. Countess, back to Anderson. I know it sounds somewhat redundant, but every game the Grizzlies have scored 3 goals in this season. They have won. Matter of fact, the only games the Grizzlies have lost this season, when they have scored, when they got beat 1-0, 2-0, and 2-1, and those are the first 3 games to start this season, back in August. But the offense has come alive here to the latter part of the season with a 15-match unbeaten streak on the line here with the A.I.I championship. Meanwhile, Jamestown, we talked about at the top of the broadcast, is the 2 hottest teams in America coming into the championship showdown. As the Jimmies have won 9 of the last 10. Countess in the midfield. Comes crashing in. Williams again looking to play long. Dietz matched up on the near side this time with Morris. Arizona's plays one long. Gonzalez puts her head down and starts running. She's going to get to it. Can't she get some support outside of the 18? Turns face to the defender. Steps over to the right. Now flicks one over to Moreland. Moreland stops, shoots, denied by Seiler. Lauren Seiler, honorable mention A.I.I selection, had 5 saves last night in her junior season of Bismarck, North Dakota. Rises the occasion there, as that would have taken the air right out of the sail of the comeback for the Jimmies. Williams, like a wrecking ball through that midfield. Seems to have taken charge. Aldridge draws the attention of Anderson. Countess comes and helps out, as does Rodriguez. Rodriguez had the pass batted away, and now it's controlled by the Grizzlies. Arizona's out to Dietz. Dietz back to Arizona's. Big boot right around midfield. Gonzalez trying to keep it in, and she does. Grab ball into Moss. Fancy work by Ramirez. Miranda. Back over near side. To Balmaceda. Moss taken down, we get a whistle. Free kick coming for GGC. Nice job by Lauren Moss to go down on the contact. And the Grizzlies get a chance just to reset. Arizona's will tee this one up. High line for the Jimmies. Arizona's trying to get in behind them here. One hopper makes it easy for Seiler. Aldridge turns and runs. Looking to play through. Nice job by Keenan. Had plenty of room to give Bro. So she'll shield off Bro and let Sophie Hoare secure that opportunity. 3-1's your score. Georgia Gwinnett all 3 goals in the first half. 2 by Lauren Moss. 3rd by Ana Gonzalez. Jimmy's get a late one here. Thanks to Kylie Edwards. Launches her left foot over top of Sophie Hoare's head from long distance. That'll be Williams' 3rd goal of the season. Substitution for Mike Giuliano. Out goes Lexi Dietz, and on comes Amanda Yarger. For Nick Bender, out goes Yvette Miranda. And checking in will be Gabrielle Diarte. Diarte checks into the midfield. Yarger gets ahead on that one. There's Diarte, challenges for that ball with Rodriguez. Diarte is going to be asked to contain Nicole Rodriguez, which has been tough to do in this ball game so far. Moss near side. Get that one long. Near sideline. We'll check up, rolling toward the sideline. More in the neighborhood. Went through the attacker, or defender, I should say. So it'll be an easy whistle against Moreland. Lowry, the center back, sizes one up, right foot. Countess with a header right toward Moreland. Moreland turns. Swing and a miss from the center back. Now Moreland seems to be a targeted woman. Long ball down the left side for Gonzalez. Gonzalez cuts to her right, now cuts back to her left. The inline looking across near post save. He needs a capture for Seiler. Moss wins in the midfield. Rodriguez wins in the midfield. Off to Countess. Countess lets a right foot fly. This is to the wicket, and it's over the bar. Right between the hands of the goalkeeper and Seiler, and Seiler's hurt. Came down awkwardly on that right knee. And the referee must have heard something, and her teammates come to her aid quite quickly. As Lauren Seiler, in a very sobering moment for the soccer fans here. Seiler, a junior, 5'7" out of Bismarck, North Dakota, is in some significant pain. And even some of the look on the Grizzly faces are just in utter shock right now. I mean, I can see Amy Moreland has got her hands on her face, and she was the closest person to Seiler when it happened. And now even Ana Gonzalez knows to walk away. So at the end of the day, whether you're a competitor in green and white or a competitor in orange, you understand that mutual respect and that you're all student athletes, and you really don't want to have, no one has any mal or ungrateful wishes against their opponent, because they all work so hard to get their grades up in the classroom. They work so hard in the weight room and in the off season and practice during the week, and as fans, all we get is a very, very small glimmer into their world when they suit up in their team's colors and compete as hard as humanly possible for wins and losses. And it's just a moment like this where reality really sets in. And that Sailor is going to be helped off. A warm applaud on a cold night as Lauren Seiler, junior out of Bismarck, North Dakota, will come out of this contest. It looks like Sophie Ledger, the junior goalkeeper out of Kent, England, will be warming up on the sideline for the Jimmies. So here comes Sophie Ledger into the game. Still in the 70th minute. Jimmies have everything to fight for here, as they've caught a second half goal and a little bit of momentum, but now what appears to be a gruesome injury with Lauren Seiler. Going to be helped off the field, receiving some medical attention out on the sideline. It appears as if her day is going to be done. We only hope and wish the best for her and her Jimmy's teammates as they leave Lawrenceville. Corner kick coming for GGC. Countess and Gonzalez size it up. Countess toward the back door. Arazuris is there, loose ball at the 6. Gonzalez comes climbing in here. Countess gets a shot off, all of it denied. A great effort defensively by the Jimmies with the new goalkeeper. Now we get a late handball going against Balmaceda. So a free kick coming here for GGC. Clock running inside 20. This will be just north of the elbow. Every bit of 20 yards out. A host of Grizzlies converge on this ball. Yarger just off screen there. Fletcher, Moreland, Countess, Gonzalez, they're all talking things over. Almost looks like an offensive huddle in football. Who's going to be the quarterback? Who's the running back? Who's going to hike the ball? Moss trying to camouflage herself into the net, into the wall. Fletcher first, now a touch, leaves it for Countess. Countess with a shot on frame, and one hop right toward the goalkeeper. And Sophie Ledger. Again, the backup goalkeeper at Kent England getting some much-needed time in the second half. Trying to keep this Jimmy's team close at 3-1. Jimmy's trying to rally. Miranda across the defense. Out to Williams. Williams pulled one from that far earlier, and it went in the back of the net. That time it was on top of the carpet. It's scooped up by Hoare. Countess with a knee. Toward Moreland, chased down by Lowry. All the way back to Ledger. Ledger with the big right foot. Countess wins the header. Straight up. Moss in the neighborhood. Williams wins it. Aldridge turns, dishes. And now a long ball near side, cut off by Arazuris. Moving forward. Arazuris through one midfielder. Williams takes it away. Williams hit it right to the vacant area where Arazuris was, but Anderson's goal side as Hoare comes out and puts that one in the bleachers. Good talk there, good communication between Anderson and Sophie Hoare. We've seen that relationship develop over the season. Battling near side is Morrison, working on Yarger. Yarger come off the bench here in the second half with a little relief. Arazuris near side. Comes out to Balmaceda with a corner flag, looking across. Yarger denies it with her body. Throw in coming for the Jimmies. Yarger wins the header off the throw in. Countess takes it away, now changes momentum with a throw in for the Grizzlies. Inside 16 minutes remaining. Aldridge working in the midfield, surrounded by the Grizzly midfield, and now we get Aldridge with a tug of the shirt and a takedown of Nicole Rodriguez, and Grizzlies will change things around. Moss. The ball pinballs around the midfield. Miranda taken away by Rodriguez. Plays the feet of Keenan. Keenan looking to play long. Far sideline, touched by Rivas. It'll be a throw in for GGC. Keenan tosses in, finds Rodriguez. Can't get around Williams. Aldridge with a missed touch. Anderson takes it away. Looking to play through into Gonzalez. Gonzalez cut off. A nice play by Ledger to come out and scoop that ball up. Tough touch and an unfortunate bounce for Nicole Morrison. Grizzlies leading 3-1 here. 15 minutes remaining in this contest. Grizzlies can achieve a lot of their season goals with this win here tonight. Don't go anywhere, fans. We will have post-game coverage of the trophy ceremony, as well as interviews with the most outstanding player, as well as the winning head coach. Don't forget a full recap back on AIsports.com, as well as GrizzlyAthletics.com. Fletcher juggling, far side. Working the end line. Tries to keep it in place. She does not. And a goal kick coming for her. UJ. Substitution here. A pair of Jimmies coming to the contest. Out goes Nicole Morrison. In comes Phoebe Edwards. Second sub is going to be Gabrielle Diarte. And checking in is Juliet Ramirez, excuse me. Ledger puts a strong leg into that one. The Jimmies working things from the back. Up the path, Anderson stays at home. Williams, big boot with the left foot. Up toward Edwards. Arazuris and Edwards battling. Arazuris goes down because she was fouled. Anderson sides this one up inside the center circle. High arcer toward Countess, headed to the near side. Gonzalez in the neighborhood. Ramirez peelbacks and helps out. Moving things out of the back will be Balmaceda. Jimmy's working in the midfield. Moss trying to cut her off, stopping, turning is Miranda. Can't find Ulrich. Gonzalez, good effort there. Keeps that ball in the field play, but then commits a foul going through Balmaceda. 12 and a half minutes between the Grizzlies and Glory. GGC out shooting the Jimmies 23-5 in this contest. They've got an 8-0 advantage in corner kicks. Fouls, 8 for the Jimmies, 6 for the Grizzlies. 13 shots have been on frame for Georgia Gwinnett, just 2 for the Jimmies of Jamestown, out of Jamestown, North Dakota. Gonzalez onside, near side. Settles on the turf. Looking to play downhill. She's taken down right outside the box, and an easy whistle will be Georgia Gwinnett's advantage. This will be inside of 18 yards, but outside of the penalty area. So Georgia Gwinnett can get creative here if they'd like to. Again, 2 Grizzlies go to the back post with Moreland and Fletcher. Rodriguez hangs out about the 18, and Anderson will join the party on the back post. Now Fletcher's summoned toward the penalty spot. Or, excuse me, the spot of the free kick. Now waved off. Countess and Gonzalez stand over top of this. They'll play toward Countess. Countess near post. Leaves it wide. Substitution for Mike Giuliano. Looks like Caitlin Berry will return. And Ana Gonzalez will exit. 11 minutes remaining in this second half. Gonzalez has worked ultra hard. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to the Grizzly Digital Network. It wasn't you, it was us. Not very many times did you hear that, right? But it was definitely us. We think we caught a quick power surge there. We lost power to all of our equipment, and so we are back up and running with 5 minutes remaining in this contest. GGC still leads 3-1 is your score. Again, little hiccup with a power surge, and so we're back up and running here. 3-1 is your score. We're going to get the graphics back up running here for the time being, but I'll do my best to keep you posted. 3-1 GGC leads in the A.I.I championship match against Jamestown. 3 goals in the first half for Georgia Gwinnett, 1 here for the Jimmies. They've had to go to the backup goalkeeper due to an injury, and Georgia Gwinnett, with 4 minutes remaining in this contest, leads 3-1. Moss and Gonzalez teaming up in the corner. Moss standing right over the corner. Ball knocked out of bounds and throw in coming. Again, folks, had a little technical difficulties, but we're back up and running now. 3-1's your score here with less than 4 minutes remaining. GGC on top of the 2017 A.I. Women's Championship. Grizzlies looking to capture their first ever women's soccer A.I. tournament title. Grizzlies can't believe that's a foul. And now Gonzalez is going to be booked for delay game. Or maybe not. Clock is definitely going to stop with 3:30 remaining. No booking for Gonzalez. Again, folks, we're back up and running on the reboot. And don't go anywhere. We'll have post-match coverage, including the trophy presentation, as well as interviews with the MVP and the winning head coach. Moreland in the midfield. Finds Gonzalez. GGC can smell glory here with just a couple of minutes remaining. Gonzalez keeping her dribble and killing the clock. Shovels it over to Moss, who was offside. Again, Sophie Hoare in goal. Keenan, Anderson, Arazuris, and Yarger in the back line. Midfield, Countess, Rodriguez, and Moss. Up top, Gonzalez, Moreland, and Berry. 2.5 minutes remaining for Georgia Gwinnett. Free kick coming for the Jimmies as the clock counts down. The season looks to be coming to a close as the 22nd ranked team in the country. Moss wins a turnover and goes right back down to that corner flag. She's going to sit on this and milk it for all it's worth. Here comes help. Moss goes down, did her job, killed about 25 seconds. Ball out of bounds, thrown for the Grizzlies. Keenan, far sideline. Back into the corner for Gonzalez. Looking to cross, and she does. Clearing out of danger by the Jimmies. So there you hear from Dale Long. 1 minute remaining. The Grizzlies up off the bench, on their toes, ready to celebrate with the rest of their Grizzlies. And fans, you should too. Mike Giuliano, in his first year on the sidelines for GGC, has coached this team to a 13-3-2 record, a 15-match unbeaten streak, and in 30 seconds, an A.I.I. championship. Very proud moment for Giuliano and the Grizzlies as they set some goals very early in the preseason. The rallying call was 2-1-1, and 2 of those 3 goals have come
10,
true.
9,
the countdown is on,
8,
and the
7,
celebration is moments away. 3-1 is your score in the A.I. championship as the glory will go to the Grizzlies by a final score of 3-1. A very proud moment for GGC Athletics. Mike Giuliano and Georgia Gwinnett women's soccer has captured the 2017 A.I.I. championship as they have taken the automatic bid out of the A.I. and will be going dancing at the national tournament for the second time in program history. Congratulations to Mike Giuliano and company.
That is the match.
As emotions all around for Georgia Gwinnett.
Georgia Gwinnett College 3, number 2 seed, University of Jamestown 1.
Emotions all around. A tough break for Jamestown as their season
Grizzlies
comes to a disappointing close.
14-3
As we'll make it official, let's take a look at your bracket here. Georgia Gwinnett took down Turbo yesterday on penalty kicks 4-2 after extra time. The Jimmies rock solid 2-0 over Bellevue. And Georgia Gwinnett today 3-1 in the A.I.I. Championship. Be sure to log back on to AIIsports.com for the latest information, including a recap of all of the tournament's activities. For our Grizzly fans, stay tuned here. We'll have all the post-game celebration for you here. 3-1's your final score. Don't go anywhere. And we'll have the trophy presentation, all the emotions that you see on your screen there, and a celebratory moment, especially for 4 individuals: Dominique Fletcher, Amy Moreland, Bristol Countess, and Lexi Dietz, as well as Courtney Hicks. Don't forget her. 5 seniors that have played for 3 different head coaches in 4 years. And it seems as if the trials and tribulations is totally worth the triumph that is today, as they will be crowned champions in just a couple of moments. And we want to thank Nick Bender and company, the Jamestown Jimmies. The guys have been playing along on Twitter all week long too as well, using the hashtag A.I.I. Soccer. Tough way for your season to end, and definitely came here to Lawrenceville, turned a lot of heads, impressed a lot of folks, and did it with class too as well. Had a couple of conversations with Coach Bender throughout the course of this weekend, and just a first-class organization and a first-class effort that he runs there in his 6th season of the Jamestown Jimmies. That is the toughest conversation in coaching that you have to have right there, is with the team after the season has ended. Meanwhile, for Georgia Gwinnett, the dancing will not end. A great moment there for the Grizzlies. Tom Grayson there, left side of your screen, taking in all the photos. Great follow on Twitter too as well, T. Grayson. We're all Grizzly fans. They're posting great photos from tonight's events. We'll have some more photos to take here momentarily. Here comes the Gatorade bucket. Does Giuliano know it? Shira Williams has got as well as Macarena Azures. To the right of your screen, Giuliano! I don't know if they got him. They kind of stumbled just a little bit. High fives all around there. I think they got the lower half. The jacket was clean. And so smiles all around here for GGC as they tally up the ballot for the all-tournament team. We'll have that announcement here momentarily, as well as the tournament's most outstanding player. The champions will get individual trophies, and then the team trophy will be presented too as well. Again, fans, appreciate your patience here on the Grizzly Digital Network. As had a slight hiccup there about the 79th minute. A little power surge that the broadcast team had to deal with, but booted back up. You got yourself some championship coverage here on the Grizzly Digital Network. Go right on down the roster here. Dominique Fletcher, a senior, scored yesterday in the semifinals. Caitlin Berry, the hero from last night in the 89th minute, as the season lived on in Lawrenceville, pushed it into extras. Ana Gonzalez, a goal today, an assist yesterday. Lauren Moss, 2 goals today, an assist last night. Bristol Countess was tremendous in the midfield. Can't say enough about her. Nicole Rodriguez and Lauren Moss. Nicole Rodriguez stole the show tonight, just dominated in midfield with all sorts of time and space, set up her teammates. Rodriguez also had the clutch penalty kick last night too as well. Stina Anderson, Macarena Arizuris, rock solid at the center back positions for Mike Giuliano. And Maddie Keenan and Mary Niarga just really anchoring this defense. Don't forget Lexi Dietz too as well, contributed some heavy minutes in this contest as well. Fans, don't go anywhere. We'll have the trophy presentation in just a moment here with Dale Long, but for now, it's all high fives and hugs for GGC women's soccer as they have claimed the 2017 A.I.I. championship by a final score of 3-1 over Jamestown. It was just a remarkable turnaround for Mike Giuliano in his first year of the program. I think he was actually hired in April as a part-time employee because he was still having to finish up his full-time job at Greater Atlantic Christian, because in high school here in the state of Georgia, girls soccer in high school is a spring sport, and so they were chasing a state championship at GAC in the spring, and so Coach Giuliano was pulling 60 and 70-hour work weeks trying to win a championship at GAC. Meanwhile, training the Grizzlies in the late nights under the lights in the spring. Transitioned down into some great off-season workouts in the summer. His preseason camp started in August and hit the recruiting trails, brought in some very key players, including Maddie Keenan. And we'll hear from all of those individual names, including Mike Giuliano, in just a moment. Let's turn things over to Dale Long, our public address announcer.
By announcing our all-tournament team. From Bellevue, midfielders Margie Garcia and Raven Hernandez. From Viterbo, goalkeeper Abby Brinkbach. And defender Erica Schultz. From Jamestown, goalkeeper Lauren Saylor. From Jamestown, defender Olivia Rivas. And from Jamestown, forward Kristen Bro. From Georgia Gwinnett, forward Dominic Fletcher. From Georgia Gwinnett, defender Stina Anderson. From Georgia Gwinnett, forward Caitlin Berry. From Georgia Gwinnett, goalkeeper Sophie Hoare. And the 2017 A.I.I. Women's Soccer Championship Most Outstanding Player from Georgia Gwinnett College, Lauren Moss. At this time, we please ask our tournament runner-up to come to midfield to receive the runner-up trophy. And now it's time to award the tournament championship plaques. To Georgia Gwinnett, Courtney Hicks. #0, Courtney McKenzie. #1, Samantha Helminick. #2, Kimmy Angeloni. #4, Morgan Wadsworth. #5, Eleanor Bertucci. #6, Dominic Fletcher. #7, Caitlin Berry. #8, Amy Moreland. #9, Ana Gonzalez. Number 10, Lauren Moss. Number 11, Sylvia Cutia. Number 12, Bristol Countess. Number 13, Maddie Keenan. Number 14, Nicole Rodriguez. Number 15, Stina Anderson. Number 16, Grace Bullock. Number 18, Macarena Azuris. Number 19, Nerea Batia. Number 20, Savannah McGill. Number 21, Lexi Dietz. Number 23, Melissa Hankin. Number 24, Amanda Yager. Number 25, Elise Randall. And number 32, Sophie Hoare. Support staff and coaching staff. Athletic trainer, Shira Williams. Assistant coach, Jessica Beasley. Assistant coach, Colin Wilson. Assistant coach, Andrea Kaminsky. And Georgia Gwinnett College head coach, Dr. Mike Giuliano. Lastly, would members of the Georgia Gwinnett College team please accept the A.I.I. Tournament Trophy and Banner. With today's victory, Georgia Gwinnett College has qualified as the A.I.I. automatic berth for the NAIA National Tournament. The selections and sites will be announced Monday during the NAIA selection show. Once again, congratulations, both teams, for making it to the championship match, the 2017 A.I.I. Women's Soccer Championship. And congratulations to our champion, Georgia Gwinnett College. I'd like to thank everyone for attending the 2 days of action here at the Grizzlies Soccer Complex.
Congratulations again to GGC Women's Soccer. They are crowned the 2017 A.I.I. champions here in Lawrenceville, Georgia. Georgia Gwinnett, the host site, the 1 seed, has taken care of business. We will hear from Lauren Moss, the most outstanding player in this tournament, in just a moment. We'll also hear from head coach Mike Giuliano on what it's like to accomplish some lofty goals in year number 1 for this program. You heard the all-tournament team, and we went right down the roster of Grizzlies that were deserving of this opportunity. And so a big moment there for GGC. Pictures all around, plaques for all the individual winners too as well, and a great moment here as now fans and family members get to enjoy this opportunity. Mike Giuliano addressing the team one more time. A very, very, very incredible moment. Almost looks like he's yelling at him, but he's not. He's telling them how proud he is of them. And I think the friends and family also get to get a small, small peek into what it's like to play for Mike Giuliano right this moment, as they all can hear every word that he's saying. And he is setting the tone for this program. Kami Angeloni, Lexi Dietz, right there at the bottom of your screen, ready to scream. So again, We want to thank everyone that's been across this journey all season long, all weekend long. Grizzly fans chiming in on the hashtags, the emails, the tweets, the feedback that we've gotten in person all season long from myself to this crew is just absolutely heartwarming, and we can't thank you guys enough for the support all season long. We're so happy to do what we do and bring you this coverage live from Lawrenceville. Thanks to our dedicated students that work hard behind the scenes. And I just get to, I get a lot of the attention because I'm on the front side of this camera. There's a lot of hardworking people behind the scenes, from Dr. Darren Wilson, our athletic director, Doug Court, Kyle Norton, Ned Colgrove, Aaron Price, Ted Breinthal, commissioner of the A.I.I, James and Shira Williams. Just absolutely remarkable host that GGC does here for some great people here at Georgia Gwinnett College. Now you see the hugs as friends and family have traveled from all over the world to be here, locally too as well. As again, we'll hear from Lauren Moss. They're going to get one more picture, I believe. Lauren Moss, the tournament's most outstanding player. 2 goals in the first half today from long distance. Ana Gonzalez picked up the 3rd. Had an assist yesterday too as well. As just to the left of your screen there, Mike Giuliano shakes the president of Georgia Gwinnett College hand, Stas Przewski. And so here they come. Great opportunity, great moment here for GGC, as smiles all around for Mike Giuliano, Lauren Moss. And the excitement is hard to contain right now for this program and this team. And so excited and so proud to be associated with Grizzly Athletics. We're moments away here. I was glad to have everybody aboard live on the Grizzly Digital Network. Georgia Gwinnett has won the 2017 A.I.I Women's Soccer Championship by a score of 3-1 over Jamestown. Grizzlies led 3-0 here at halftime, and they sealed the deal in the second half. And we're joined now by the tournament's most outstanding player in Lauren Moss. Lauren, let me run this past you one more time.
Okay.
In what has been a remarkable season for the Grizzlies, in this tournament, the Grizzlies are the champions, and you were deemed the most outstanding player. How does that sound?
Honestly, I'm like overwhelmed with so many emotions right now. Like, I can't even believe it. Like, I'm so excited. I don't even know what to say.
Let's take me back to yesterday when the Grizzlies looked like their season was over, down 2-1 in the 85th, 86th, 87th. How did you guys keep your calm and your cool when such a pressure situation presented itself yesterday in the semis?
Honestly, I think we all kind of realized if we just keep working hard, it will come. And it did in like the last, 2 minutes. So we found the back of the net because we kept going, and we did not give up.
The Grizzlies kept going into the penalty kick. Sophie Hoare comes up with that huge save. Where were you at when she blocked that ball and you knew you were advancing to the championship?
I was actually on the sidelines hugging Shira because I did not want to be in the PK taking.
So you passed on an opportunity to take a PK, but you shined brightly here today in the championship. What did Coach tell you guys coming into this championship? Because, again, another pressure-filled situation. I'm still trying to learn what 2-1-1 is, but today was the day to accomplish a lot of that. What was your guys' mentality coming into today?
Well, basically he told us, like, it's not out of our reach and we can do it, and we just proved that we could, and we did, so.
So we get that first corner kick, and did you want to scream at Ana Gonzalez that you were so wide open there at the elbow? What did you tell her when it left your foot? Did you know it was going in?
Well, I told her before the game, look for me. I was wide open all day yesterday. I'm planning on being wide open today. And then I just had a feeling when I shot it, it was going in. So
if you had a feeling on the first one, what was the feeling on the second one?
To be honest, I just kind of got lucky, but it went in, so that's all that matters.
But it went in, that's all that matters. The glory goes to the Grizzlies today. That's all that matters here. 2-1-1, or at least part of it, has been accomplished. How does it feel now that things are just all the way from the preseason through the season now to this moment? How are you going to celebrate here? How are you going to celebrate with your teammates? Where are you going to put that plaque?
I'm going to put it in my room. And I think after this, the president said he's going to take us all to dinner. So we'll celebrate it wherever we choose to eat. And yeah.
Well, Lauren, it goes without saying, congratulations. We're big fans. So proud of you guys. Not only are you the tournament MVP, but listen to this and listen to it well. You're the 2017 A.I.I. champion forever. How does that sound?
Awesome. So good.
Congratulations, Lauren
Thank
Moss
you.
again. Lauren Moss here, tournament MVP. We'll excuse her and welcome in Dr. Mike Giuliano, head coach here for Georgia Gwinnett, in a glorious moment, celebratory all the way around. Coach, Dr. Coach, you did it.
I did. Well, no, they did it. They did, and that's not coach speak. They came out tonight. I told them right as we talked right before they take the field, and I said, the only trend recently that I've been troubled by is the slow starts. I said, wouldn't it be cool just to get a couple of quick ones? I didn't realize they were actually listening. And, I mean, this team has had a phenomenal run. This Jamestown team's had a phenomenal run. They've played 3 teams in the top 10, I believe, have lost by goal, I think a couple, and tied one, but they've outshot some of them. So to do this and what was really, a wonderful dominating performance by these ladies was just a dream come true.
When you came up with the thought process of 2-1-1, I know you believed it. I know you preached it. I know you educated the girls on how to achieve this championship in this moment and capitalize on it. What does it feel like now to actually achieve it? Believing versus becoming a reality?
Well, it means that 2 of the 3 are done, because the 2 stands for the second time ever for the program to be in the national tournament, which
Check.
now we have. The first conference championship in program history.
Check.
But now we're headed to get our first victory in the national tournament. And so we've got one more to go. And it's not coach speak. This team is capable of doing that. I mean, Kaiser hasn't lost since they played us, or, when we tied them. And Cumberland's had a great season. They'll be in the tournament probably. And so we're not done tonight. We're not done tonight.
There's more for the Grizzlies on the horizon. You guys will punch your ticket to that A.I.I. National Tournament. We'll find out on Monday where you're going, who you're playing. But for now, the celebration is on here in Lawrenceville. You shake your head.
Well, the president just offered Chili's. They cheered a lot tonight when they won, but the 2 loudest cheers were they have tomorrow off, and the president just said they could go to Chili's for free. That was it. That was the loudest thing they cheered for.
Maybe that should be the mantra next year.
Right.
Free chili.
Food changes everything for them, so that's great to know.
Coach, it goes without saying, very, very proud to be associated with this program. Congratulations. Thanks. So that'll do it here as we wrap things up from Lawrenceville, Georgia. Again, Grizzly fans, tune back into GrizzlyAthletics.com for a complete recap of this tournament as well as today's activities. Don't forget, Monday afternoon, 1 o'clock, log on to NAI.org for the NAI Women's Soccer Selection Show to find out where your Georgia Gwinnett Grizzlies will be heading and who they will be playing in that NAI National Tournament opening round. So that'll do it here for our entire cast and crew from Lawrenceville, Georgia. My name's Matt Mahoney, signing off saying, so long, everybody. This is the Grizzly Digital Network.
We would like to thank our corporate sponsors for making this broadcast possible, and you, the fans, for tuning in. For the latest information about GGC athletics, log on to GrizzlyAthletics.com.